Hello, welcome back to Mellow Vibes. It is Tiffany. Hopefully, you can hear me. I'm in Springfield, Massachusetts right now. I've been here for like 3 hours. Oh my gosh, really? No, two. A little like 2 hours and 20 minutes. So, I just was watching a movie on Netflix. It's really crazy because like it's only an hour from my city, and it's like I have to wait here for over 3 hours. So, um, anyway, yeah, I left Philly this morning and I really couldn't film anything. I've had such a whirlwind week and a half, really, and the weekend was really crazy. So I couldn't even believe I had been there that long. I was like, oh, I've been here for 10 nights, which it went by like so fast because there were so many things going on and I barely had time to sleep and everything. My cousin's party was Saturday. Her actual birthday was yesterday. Um, Went to an art gallery, went out to my cousin's restaurant with my aunt and uncle last night. And yeah, I had a good time talking about lineage because I've been um, tasked or I'm trying to think of another word better than tasked, but I've been like, whatever, pulled into like leading a whole like ancestry discussion for my family reunion in 2.5 weeks since I know a lot about that. And so, and my cousin who wasn't at the party, I was like, I need you for this. Are you coming? So he should be coming because like he's the like probably the only other person in our family who like does so much work, like deep dive on our like um, our ancestors and stuff. So anyway, learned a lot of even cooler facts about our history, like talking with him yesterday. Yeah, my family has invented a lot of things. So I knew that already, but I didn't know like other stuff that my great uncle and aunt have done. But anyway, uh, yeah, I've been really absorbed today in this show called Oscuro Deseo, or Dark Desire. And since I didn't get to have my like all Spanish Saturday or Sunday, I was doing it today. Um, and yeah, so I really didn't. I, I really try not to bring extra stuff with me when I travel because I'm like, am I actually going to get to it? So I brought like 2 books and like cards with me. Well, one of the books goes with the card. I think I talked about this, like the Intuity cards that are like, yeah, I did explain this, how there's just different shapes and colors and you like pick one that you gravitate towards. So there's like the book that has all the explanations in it. So I brought that and I brought the book that I'm reading, and I didn't crack any of them. I didn't have time. So like I was like, oh yeah, I'll be on the train and I'll like read. And I thought I'd just watch like 2 episodes of my novella, and like I'm deep. So um, yeah, I think the only time that I actually took my book somewhere and read it, actually read a lot, was when I was in Mexico. So I did a little bit in DR too, actually. So anyway, because it's just like, then you I could use that space for something else. But yeah, I'm really very much looking forward to my bed. I'm looking forward to my lounge space. I'm looking forward to sleep, like actual sleep without like waking up in the middle of the night. So I have like some things I was doing. I was trying to get some stuff ready for Tulsa. If I haven't said that I'm moving to Oklahoma, I'm moving to Oklahoma. So I am trying to schedule tours for apartments, and it really bugs me like when you look at places and they don't have like the prices, and it's like, okay, because what are they just gonna like change it at will? Like, why don't you have what the rent is? So like I had to like email a bunch of places. Well, I didn't really email a bunch. I emailed a few. I finally got back to them like 4 days later because that's how busy I've been. Because a lot of them have reached back out to me. But one of them, they gave me information and put like the sliding scale of prices for this stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, good thing I reached out to them because I wouldn't have known and I would have been thinking that's an option. And I'm like, I'm not paying that much. Like, what in the world? So, yeah, I've been trying to set up appointments for that since I'll be going next month. I just keep realizing, like, how much I'm traveling. Like, how much I already have traveled this year. And for such a crazy, tumultuous, hard year. I can't believe I'm traveling this much. But, yeah, so I'm going to be working on more Tulsa stuff, but, and some more business things that keep popping up. And, oh yeah, I also have to like check back in with the music stuff I'm doing, but that's what's going on with me. What is going on with you guys, whoever is watching this video and all of the other ones that I'm just randomly putting up. I never intended this to be like some vlog. I don't know what I intended. I'm just, sharing what I do, right? And actually, you know what? That was a cool thing. I was able to reconnect with my cousin's friend. Who's like her old coworker, and they're still friends. Like, I met her and her husband like 6 years ago. Yeah, I think it was 2016. It was Memorial Day weekend. Invited my cousin and myself up to her cabin, their cabin. They built a cabin like themselves, like built a cabin in the woods. and so I saw them again after all this time. And she's like, I still have the ring you gave me, because if you didn't know, I used to make jewelry, and I'm literally wearing one of my bracelets right now. And actually, a lot of the earrings that I had left that I stopped selling, I made into hair jewelry. So like, I have quite a few of them in my hair somewhere. So yeah. So I made her a ring while I was there, and so she still has it. And and she was like talking about some cookies that I made. She's like, it had cranberry and chocolate. I don't remember at all. Like I make so many things. I have like no idea. So, but she like invited me again. She's like, for the spring. So, I'll have to come up from Tulsa. I'll have to come up from Tulsa. But she was telling me all the improvements that they've made on the cabin, because we had to like climb up the ladder to get to where the beds were last time. But she's like, there's a spiral staircase, and I love a spiral staircase. Just like my mama in that way, we love a spiral staircase. Yeah, and actually she was like, because they remember that I made jewelry. And I was like, oh, what are you doing right now? I'm like, well, I do a lot of things. Like, I'm always the person who does a lot of things. But I was like saying how I'm a hypnotherapist and all this stuff. It's just like, oh my gosh, somebody was just telling me about hypnosis. I should get into hypnosis. She's like, oh, I'm going to have to like, we'll have to connect so I can talk to you and ask you about it. So like, that was cool. Because I love talking about hypnotherapy. Although clearly you see I don't do it that much here. I do it once in a while, but like if you haven't noticed, I want to be like in engagement. Like, I'm not just gonna like say a bunch of facts in a video or whatever. So I talk about it when I have someone to talk about it with. So yeah. So if you ever have any questions, put them in the comments or whatever. But yeah, I can always go on and on about hypnotherapy, about ancestry, about music. There's a few things. About travel, for sure. So yeah, that was yeah. I will say it was a rough week for me. It really was, just like with the whole lack of sleep, with the doing a bunch of things that I didn't plan on doing. Um, if you don't know, I'm an introvert. I need to mentally prepare for like everything I'm doing. So the fact that everything was just like a lot of things that just sprung on me was really irritating. um, so I was like really in a mood the whole time. Um, and yeah, I've had moments where I just felt like people were asking so much of me, and it's like I should be used to it by now, but I'm not. Like and it's funny. Like I was able to see like people in my family who are in the same boat as me. Like my uncle, I realized is highly irritated with the same stuff. Um, and then one of my cousins, she like hit on something that was like, oh, I didn't know that she kind of went through the same thing. So it makes me want to like talk to them more, like about that. Um, we're just like asked so much of you. And it's like, okay, did you ask how I am? Did you check in with me? Like, why do you think I'm supposed to check in with all these other people? Like, what about my well-being? That kind of thing. Um, like my uncle was like, I don't know if people think I'm just here to serve them. I'm like, story of my life, you know. So, so yeah, I'll definitely be touching base with people on that, and touching base with a few more people in my family. It was a good opportunity to see like the people with whom I need to connect more, with whom I need to connect with more, with whom I already said with whom I need to connect more. Whatever, you know what I'm saying. So, yeah. So anyway, I think my train should be here in a half hour, just getting pushed back. But I'm gonna run to the bathroom and then put my novella back on. Alright, so catch you in another one. Peace and mellow vibes.